Hello everyone, today we are doing a road on TryHackMe. This box was created by me. This was my first vulnerable box that I created. I had a lot of difficulty making it, but the job was well done at last. Lots of people like this room and I'm really happy about it. So we'll take an in-depth view of this room. I'm thinking of sharing a video with you guys of how I created my first vulnerable machine and how you can also do it for the beginners. If you would like to see that video, then make sure to comment so that I know that yeah, there are some viewers who want to know about it. So enough talking, let's get straight into the box. I have already done the rust scan and web scan on this box, so let's see the result here. We have 22 port open on this box for SSH. We don't have any credentials to log in. Moving on, we have port 80 HTTP that is running Apache 2.4.41, which is not vulnerable to anything that we can escalate right now. Therefore, let's see the HTTP web server on our browser. Uh, right off, we see Sky Curious, and let me turn off my rock reader first. That's a bit better. Yeah, so it's the looks like it's a logistics company um, named Sky. Uh, we also have the address here and a couple of that's the email address, a couple of information here that says info@skycouriers and a phone number that is dummy. Right? Okay, first off, you should always check the robots.txt file. You can see that one real quick and it says not found. You can also check the page source for any interesting stuff, but we don't see anything here right off. Let's see the number of pages we have. We have index.html, so we know that yeah, it's running on now HTML instead of PHP. If we browse to index.html, it redirects us to the HTML page, and if we browse to PHP, then this PHP not found. So yeah, we are sure that it's not running on PHP. Then we have service and feature. There's a hyperlink of nowhere. We have career.html. Let's browse over it. And we have blog and contact that are also dummy. It's a bio. In the career HTML we see bio and people. Nothing interesting here. Let's go to Merchant Central that says v2 admin login.html. So there are a couple of directories here. We should first of all explore them before moving on to the login. So let's just remove this login. So if we, let's see if we can list the directories here. It says directory listing is disabled, so you cannot. Let's just see if we can list v2 maybe, and it just takes us back to the login page. So we cannot. We see username password and it says sign in and register. Let's just try some basic SQL injection real quick and looks like it does not work here. Let's try another one. It just fails. Doing the page source, we see that there we have a SS directory. Uh, yeah, we have SS directory in after the IP address. So let's see if there's anything uh, interesting that we might see. And there we have block carrier and CSS files. Nothing interesting also. Let's try registering a user real quick. So test.com. I will copy this and paste in the password field as well. Then we have a mobile number. They just enter Windows. And I'm entering 10 digits mobile number because if you enter something like 1 or 2, it will not accept it because it needs a 10-digit number. Okay, so let's click on register. Oops, of course I need 10-digit number. And it says your account has been created. And this takes us back to the login page. Let's try that out. Okay, and we are inside the application. Okay, so we are in. Let's see what we have here. We have upload manifest. And off we see that uh, this is taking us to the resetuser.php page. Then you can see other links are just hyperlinks that are taking us nowhere. If we try clicking them, it's just the hash here. It takes us nowhere. Then you see here test@test.com. You click on it, then you have profile and sign out. Let's take a look at the profile. We have user ID, user email, and you cannot edit any of this. Okay, so our data is reflected here. You can try server-side template injection, but that does not work here. And we have, it says select profile image, and we also have a message here that says right now only admin has access to this feature, so please drop an email to admin@sky.thm. So you should take a note of this email address because this is a sensitive data exposure. We have the admin email address here, that is admin@sky.thm, so you know that it's a user on this web application. We can try sending a phishing email in real life scenario. You can try sending a phishing email or something like that to take over the account. But yeah, we know that what is the username of the admin. We just need a password. Next, interesting thing here is that only admin has access to this feature. So yeah, if you try uploading an image, it won't take you anywhere. Um, let's see the which source of this page. Um, it says v2 admin. You should always look for the comments as they could contain the thing that we want. Then right up, you see there is in the comment section v2 profile images. This might look a little bit weird that why a directory is exposed in the source code, but this is the thing that I found in the real life scenario when I was pen testing a machine. Sorry, when I was pen testing a web application of a courier company. So that is why I have also implemented the same thing here. It was hard for me to find this directory because it was hidden in the source code just like this, and there were 1,000 lines of code. But somehow I got to know this that yeah, this directory exists and it was exposed in the source code, and so it is here. If you try browsing it to profile images, let's just remove the view source. Press enter and it says right listing is disabled. Uh, so what was the purpose of this listing this directory in the source code? Actually, if you try uploading an image like test.jpg, it will, and you click on add profile, then this image will be uploaded to the profile images section. If you view this image, you say copy image location and just paste it here. You say it is of different location, and after you upload an image, and once you have the admin account, and then you try to upload an image, suppose the name of the image is test.png, and you press enter, then you'll see that it is not found, and that is because you're in the wrong directory. The images uploaded by a user are going to the v2 profile images section, which you have seen in the source code, and not this one. This is the template. So it's taking us to the image of this is stored in the access directory inside the image. So these things are different. So you should always look out for the things that are not by default the same way you see everywhere. Okay, enough talking. Let's. Okay, so we cannot upload any image. Now, you see that we have a page that says resetuser.php. We have a username pre-filled here, and it asks only for the new password and confirm password. Right off, when you see something like this, you should always try for the IDOR, that is indirect object reference, because it is not asking for the current password. So anyone without knowing your current password can reset your password to any password. He doesn't. He just has to change the username. So let's change our password to something like test123, and let's intercept this request in burp. Let's say turn on the intercept. Okay, and we see our cookies, and we have username, that is this one. This is npass. I guess it's new pass, and stands for new pass, and then cpass is for confirm password. The SRF token is not implemented yet, and then we have send submit. Okay, so if you change the username here, then there's a possibility that you can change any arbitrary username password. Let's just send this to repeater real quick and turn off the intercept. The password has changed. It says taking you back. Let's log out first. Let's see if this thing is working or not. Um, I entered the password at test123 and we are logged in. So yeah, we know that this reset user thing is working. And if you try logging into admin@sky.thm, the email we found of administrator account, you enter any password like password, try to sign in, it just fails. Now uh, we will change the email to admin1, and then the password I'll set here is just password. Um, okay, let's just send this, and it says password changed, taking you back. So there's a possibility that the password had changed. So let's log in by using the password as password. Press enter, and yeah, logged in. So this application has a vulnerability of IDOR, so you can change of actually account takeover. You can take over any user account, but by just knowing their email ID or username. Alright, so we see that we are as admin on this, and if we browse over to profile, uh, we can upload the images now, and there's no error that was previously we saw in our normal account that we just created. And we also know that the profile images that are being uploaded are going to the profile images directory. Let us confirm that by uploading a test image. Click on edit profile, and it says image saved. Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, profile images and say test.jpg. And yeah, we see our image here. That's good. And that if you see this one image, then it's inside the ss directory. And if you try to locate this image, then it says not found because they're in different directory. Okay, so let's try uploading a PHP reverse shell, because we see that it's a PHP, it's a hosting on, it's running on PHP, so there's a possibility that we can get a reverse shell back if there are no defenses implemented. I guess there are not. So let's edit my PHP reverse shell here real quick with the IP. I know with the IP of TryHackMe, that is 10.8.14.24. 10.8.14.24. Port 134. Save this. Open a netcap listener of port 1234. And let's um, upload this PHP reverse shell. PHP ref.php, edit profile. It says image saved. PHP ref.php. Press enter, and it's not responding, it's just loading, and that's a good sign of getting a reverse shell. And we have a reverse shell here. This is real good. Let's see if Python 3 is installed in this machine. Yes, it is. Python 3-c. Let's import pty. This is the basic stuff everyone knows. Okay, let's export term variable to xterm so that we can clear the shell. Clear the screen, sorry. Okay, so let's see the users on this machine real quick. We have MongoDB, right? We see that we have a MongoDB user on this machine. So there's a possibility that MongoDB is installed, and also we have MySQL. And that is real odd that we have two uh, databases running on this machine. So it could be that MySQL is for managing the users and the data of the logistics company, that is Sky, and the MongoDB is something we should explore. Um, let's uh, let's go to the home directory and see the users we have. We have web developer. Okay, let's see what we have inside web developer. And we have a user text, of course, and it says MySQL history. Let's see. You cannot, because only a web developer can access this file. Alright, so we know that the MongoDB user does exist on this machine. So let's see. So let's see the internal services that are running on this machine. We have 27017, and if you search this port real quick on Google, you'll come to know that it's a MongoDB default port. So you know that on locally MongoDB is running, and also MySQL is running on port 33060. Sorry, on port 3306. Okay, so let's see if we can access the MongoDB shell by just entering Mongo. We enter Mongo, and it looks like we are in. Yeah, we are in. Okay, so let's say show DBs. The syntax is a little different, but just like MySQL. We have four databases here. That is admin, backup, config, local. Interesting one here looks like the backup one. So let's say use backup. Let's say switch to backup. Okay. Now I'll say show collections. It's just like saying show tables. So we have user table on this machine. You can say on this database actually. Yeah, inside the backup database, we have user table. Let's see the contents inside this table. We say db.user.find, and we have a couple of entries here that says month, February, profit this much, and then we have a web developer and its password. Okay, just copy this, exit out of this, and let's say so web developer is the password, and we are in this web developer. Let's just quickly log in via SSH web developer. Web developer at the rate the IP was this. Say yes, and password is this. I pasted the password. Just clear the screen. Okay. So we are in as the web developer in SSH. Let's just see the commands we can run as sudo because we have the password of this user. Okay, so we can run user bin sky backup utility. Let's just try running this sudo sky backup utility, and we see that it's fetching all the files that are inside the HTML folder like PHP, myadmin, etc. And it's taking its time. Looks like it's taking the backup of all the files that are on the web. All right. Also, if you try sudo-l, you should see an environment variable ld preload. I've seen a lot of people solving this box by using the pktty agent binary, but that was not the intended way, I'm being honest. The intended way was using the LD preload. So I saw a lot of people missed this LD preload, and that was the purpose of making this box. I saw a lot of people did not run Linux and or any other script that helps you in privilege escalation. They did not run it. They did not take take a closer look at what variables are set on this box. They just saw that yeah, we can run Sky Backup utility, so let's just try uh, setting a checkpoint, etc. And they tried other ways, but they failed. And last off, many of the people used uh, KTTY agent binary to take over the root account. But that was not the intended way I said before. The intended way was of using the LG preload. So I'm going to be solving this one by using the LG preload way. Okay, so we see that yeah, we have LG preload. I just search that up on Google real quick. The LG preload Prevesk. And we have an article of hacking articles that says Linux privilege escalation using LG preload. And we need to generate a C program file inside the temporary directory. Uh, okay. And then you need to save it as shell.c inside temporary directory, then compile it, and then just run it. Okay. So of course you need GCC for compiling the binary file, for compiling the C file. So let's see if GCC is installed on the machine. And yeah, GCC is installed. So let's copy this code, and I'll say let's just browse to temporary, and say Then exploit.c, paste this and save it. Now just copy this. Just rename the file name real quick. It was exploit.c, and compiling the C file may show some errors, but just ignore them. They always show up. We have our .so file created on this bar, in this directory. You can see it right here. And now you just need to run it as sudo. Just say sudo ltpload, then location where it is stored, and then the binary which you can run as root. So we can run Sky Backup utility as root. So we are going to specify that right here, then press enter, and we are root on this box. Before going, I would like to show you something else. Um, just sign out of this box. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying today. Just I meant to say sign out of this user. Um, yeah, so if you try registering a user here, let's just intercept the request. Yeah, so you say test@reddit.com. Use the tester1 because we have already created our test user. Use the password as their username, and then in the 10-digit mobile number, you just inspect the element because if you try entering one, you cannot register a user because it does not match the requested format. So what you can do is you can just remove the pattern from here from the source code, and then if you try one and then click on register, it says your account has been created. So uh, you can register a user without entering a 10-digit phone number, and you can also take advantage of this and uh, let's just do that one more time, and then attach and just insert a apostrophe here, intercept this request, click on register, and let me just send it to repeater, turn off the intercept, and you see an MySQL error, and you have the query that is being ran in the background. It says insert into users, username, password, phone, and the value is the value that we entered as username, and the password we entered, and then the apostrophe that we use, because of which this query failed and outputted this error. So this also confirms that the MySQL server is running on this box. So I just wanted to show you this, that you can also use SQL injection to retrieve the admin password. So we know that yeah, an error pops up when you insert uh, an apostrophe. So let's try commenting counter to the query using the comments in MySQL, and you gotta encode this, and it fails. And that is because you have to close the parentheses, the bracket, and it says your account has been created. All right. So now you can also what we can do here is let's just insert two pipes here, and that is we are concatenating two requests, and then we say sorry, two queries I mean, and we say select we just try time delay. We'll say select sleep 10. So we are testing if our query works by adding a time delay of 10 seconds. We press enter, and we say that it is taking a bit longer than before. Probably it should be 10 seconds. And in the response, we see 10, 198 milliseconds. So yeah, it's 10 seconds. So we know that, yep, this is executing. So now instead of sleep 10, we do sleep, sorry, we say select at the rate version to know the version of this MySQL server, and we say it is, and we see it's 8.0.25. You can also say select database. Yes, it's oops. Actually, it's database, and then opening and closing bracket, and we say that Sky database. So you can just save this request by clicking on save item, then you just save it, and parse it into the SQL map using the -r flag, and then the SQL map will automatically exploit this parameter and get you the admin password. So yeah, you can retrieve the sensitive information from MySQL database uh, also by using this method by injecting payload into phone number. So yeah, that was it for this boxes. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.